Kawasaki's tied up with Sewer in February, so I don't think Kawasaki's got any more money for about the next 4 years after banking those two. What else do you know, Lorenzo, on the 450 front?
There are plenty of new stuff, as you said. I think that Fantic is making a big move, and due to the fact that Madi has moved to Ducati, as everyone knows, and they are doing testing, and maybe next year they will do some races just to fix the bike and everything, but they do with Madi. So of course, Fantic was looking for different team, another team to replace Madi. At the moment, from what I know, they will acting completely different from the past, completely different from the last seasons. They will have 3 different teams. They will try to be more specialized. One will be only MXGP, one will be only MX2, one will be only 2 strokes, and doing, of course, European Championship. So I think the structure will work in this way. So it's a good news for the World Championship, because we will have a lot of more bikes on track, more bikes on MXGP. Try in MXGP, but next year we will have, of course, the already on track, and that's a good news. And then I think that there will be some other changes. For example, Mattia will move, staying in the group, staying with the same group of manufacturer. Next, Nesta and Husqvarna rider with a 450. So the good news is that Husqvarna is back in the MXGP with a 450. But I think that MXGP will be really packed for next year.
Yeah, what else? What else is the rumblings? Honda's going to say the same, because obviously Tim and Fernandez were both on a 2-year contract, so there's going to be no changes there.
Obviously, Hogmo's been confirmed as Gio's teammate at SR Honda, which is a good first step into MXGP for him.
Yep, Suzuki will have no team as this year and previous years. The one thing which everybody's talking about at the moment is whether Prado will stay in MXGP. The talk is that what's he got left to win? He's 22 years old. He's won the MX2 World Championship twice. He's won the MXGP Championship once, and he's 22 years old. So if he went back to MX2, which he can't do, but he's still not aged out. So the fact that, and I can see why people are talking about it, and I can see the lure of, he's still only 22 years old. US is beckoning. That's the rumor mill going full tilt at the moment. But from a 450 point of view, I don't think there's Dandin. I presume Jonas is going to stay there. Revo's going to step in. Bogers is going to Revo.
I think talk about Forato to standing, isn't there?
Yes, I think so. I think that's the plan. That's Alberto will go there. I'm a little bit surprised, as honestly I was thinking that in KTM they could have a different consideration for him, but probably the plan is to have just one MXGP rider with every brand. So for what concerns Jorge, next year he will remain in MXGP, that's for sure. He will probably change his number. But he will stay in MXGP. That's sure. But they will do one rider in each brand, so one Husqvarna, one Kawasaki, one KTM, one GasGas. But it's a shame, because I think Alberto just showed that he could be there, he could be right in front, he could be even winning motos. I hope he will have a nice time there with standing construct. I don't know if it's the easiest situation for him. The bike is good. Every 450 are good at the moment, but still, I don't know. For the first time in his career, he will change completely and going on a team that is not Italian. So he will need to. He talks really well English. That's not a problem at all. But he would probably needs to move there, to move to Belgium, to do a completely different job and to work with non-Italian mechanics, technician, and managers. So that's something completely new. It can be really good. There's no reason why it's not going well, but I'm interested to see what happened, because Alberto, it's a really good guy. It's a really strong guy, but it's one of those few guys that is in this kind of is not a factory rider, but he's doing great results. He's not getting a factory bike, but he's riding well, and you never know what will happen with him. But it looks like he's coming out from Italy already, so it's something. It's already a first step to build up a true professional career.
And then Brent Van Donnick's going to be staying with Jackie Martins, and that takes us quite nicely into MX2 because Camden McKellen will be obviously departing, and that sounds like it could be. Have you heard? I don't know if the rumors are Osterhagen could be Jackie Martin, so that's another good sign. Riding for Fantic at the moment, and another up and coming rider. MX2. Benestan, Elzinga, and
Bonacorsi.
Bonacorsi, yes. Bonacorsi. Bonacorsi looked really good at Matterley. I think his this year, Lorenzo's been fantastic. He seems to be doing all the right things, but I can't believe the size. He's massive. He could like bench press that 250.
It's true, absolutely true. To me, he's ready to go in MXGP. And Andre's ready for the 450. He's absolutely, tall enough, big enough, strong enough, even too much for the 250 probably. I think the MX2 for him will be just 1 year, no, not more, because he's doing well, but the 450 will suit him better. He's already riding the 450. During training, so it's really at ease with this bike. He loves to ride the 450, so that's no problem on this.
It will be a very exciting time for Fantic, because can you imagine Fantic with the resources of what Louis got at his disposal? Yeah. Literally, they could possibly, in that workshop, they could probably put the whole Fantic production line in there if they wanted. Yes.
Absolutely. It's huge, and
maybe build a test track inside as well. That for me is a very, very interesting partnership because Louis demands perfection, wants to win. Yeah, Fantic could be that could be exciting.
It's definitely interesting. Speaking of Jack Chambers, yesterday he's definitely coming back for another swing at MX2, which is pretty cool. That's already confirmed, but he's definitely excited. Feeling ready to go, and he's wanting podiums, mate. He feels he's got it in him once he can get the fitness back and have a good solid bit of training with Zacco and come back ready to hit it in Spain, not England in the winter, mate. So he's just going to Spain, which is a bit friendlier weather than for Florida. That's where he's from. So it'd be good to see him back. And he was mentioning he didn't mind the Big Band World Boss has that boat in Mallorca. He said he was quite a big fan of that with the ladies. And even though he was on crutches when he went there, he definitely enjoyed it. But another one, I guess, close to you, Lorenzo, with the GasGas team, Marc-Antoine Rossi, an absolutely exceptional talent, shown on many occasions the skills he has. A lot of talk about him going on that GasGas 250 program. Anything to say on that one? And also his teammate Zanke wants to move up in MX2, so we'll see where he lands as well.
Yeah, I think that Rossi definitely will be the next teammate of Lagenfelder. We saw the kid riding superbly in Matterley Basin, is really ready to do the job. He has some special talent in riding, I have to say. In Agda in Portugal, I was impressed about the way he was cornering at one point just in front of the pit lane, almost touching with the handlebar on the ground and taking really the corner at full gas. So he's, I think, one of the few of the next generation with a huge talent, a huge personality like Lucas Koenen too, that can really build up a new generation of top riders. I'm a little bit concerned about the other side of the ocean because it attracts so much the talents that grow here in Europe. I think that like the Koenen brothers have already the plan to go there. Rossi is a French rider, good rider, winning rider. America. That's always a kind of, you can bet on this. So it's a little bit a shame always when you see those kids that can be really represent the future generation for MXGP. If they go away, is a shame. But I understand also that the American dream is still alive and is still really attractive for those kids. But Rossi is a really good-looking guy, or not only very talented, very fast, and very a good rider. So this mix can really open all the door to him with good sponsors, with big brands and stuff like that. He comes from France, but I really, with this kind of name, Rossi and not Rossi, you cannot say that he's completely French. So there's a little touch of to be proud about for us, for the Italians. I know that he was already here in Rome having meetings, and I don't know if he tested also the bike, but he had for sure a superb dinner.
So I was going to say, obviously speaks Italian and French like you two, mate, and haven't done a podcast with him. His English is very good as well. And he's quite confident, isn't he? He knows the skills he has. He knows the talent he has. We saw what he did at Ernée in France, just slotting straight into the top 10. No worries, absolutely rapid. But yeah, he's pretty assured, and he knows he's got the skills and the speed to do it. Like you were saying, like Lucas Kuhn, and he's going to be backing himself, and wouldn't be surprised seeing him straight in the top 5, would you?
Yeah, those guys are a little bit different from the riders, or mostly of the riders in past. I mean, of course, they know how much they're talented, and Zanchi is one of those also. You will never hear, for example, Bonacorsi talking like that. Andrea is completely different. You will never hear Lata talking like that. But Zanchi, for example, is one of those kids that really know what he wants, really know that how much he's talented. And it's clear that also Ferruccio wants to go to MX2. There's I mean, we have to see. I think there is one big movement in Honda that is going on, maybe doing an MX2 team. Not sure about, but I think that Ferruccio is in this kind of is involved in this kind of discussion at the moment. It would be nice for him. Honda needs to work a lot on those 250. Even if we saw, for example, in Majora, with Camden McLellan being in front of everyone for all qualifying moto, apart of a couple of laps or one lap only. So this bike can perform very well. Jackie Martin's done a pretty good job. But still, I think there is a little lack compared to the Yamaha and the KTM group bikes. So it would be nice to see Honda investing a little bit more in MX2 and having some kind of factory MX2 bikes from Honda too.